Hey there, welcome back. It's Cindy Courtney, your independent Scentsy consultant or sponsor. And today I'm here with a Training Tuesday on my version of newsletter mailouts. First, before I want to begin, I just want to let you all know that this isn't my initial idea. I did not come up with the idea of mailing out newsletters to your customers. It's something I've researched and found out on my own and found other consultants who did newsletters and came up with my version of a newsletter through many of their ideas. So you feel free to Google Scentsy YouTube newsletters and you'll find a bunch of different versions of people and what they include in their newsletters, but this is mine. With that being said, I just wanted to go over the importance I have found in my Scentsy business of mailing out snail mail newsletters. Now we all know, or hopefully know, with our Scentsy business, not only do we get a website, but if you decide to pay for the monthly website fee, they also will send out to your customers who you've entered in their email and clicked to subscribe to your newsletter, a monthly newsletter, which is completely awesome that Scentsy decides to do that for us for free. And you can also go in and edit that newsletter and add your own special or make it sound like your own, sound like you pretty much and how you would speak. And you can also track who looks at that newsletter as well and see what they're clicking on, and I can make a video on that if you're interested. But I also find it helpful to mail out a newsletter to my customers, as I've said. It just further lets your customers know that you care about them, that you're thinking of them, and that you really mean, that you're really serious about your business and that you love your business. And so I want to go over what I include in my newsletter, who I mail my newsletter out to, and what I expect to get back from my newsletter. So first of all, each month I take the time to type up the specials of what's going on with Scentsy. And when I first started, I wrote out a ton of stuff, a ton of information front and back, almost to the point I think that it was overwhelming. So through trial and error, I have discovered adding some picture with a sweet and short version of what's going on with Scentsy is the most beneficial for my business. Now, of course, some months what I write out is a little bit longer than others, but overall, I try to be short and sweet and include some cute pictures. So, for example, this month is March, and so I'm debuting the Essential Starter Kit that you can get if you sign up for $49. And then also I talk about the new catalog coming out and all the new scents and products that are available, as well as going over the warmer and scent of the month and partying with me and my own special partying special this month, as well as information about if there was a new buddy, I would include that here. I used to include my Scent of the Month club, but I have all my spots filled right now, so I'm not promoting that right now, but if I have a spot opened up, I would put something in there about that, as well as a referral program. If they refer you, what you'll give them, what you'll help them, or how they can help you out. I include that information as well. And then I have a picture of our warmer of the month this month, because that was the picture that I liked the most, and I kind of didn't want to give them too much of a sneak peek of the catalog. I want them to come to me asking me for a catalog. But next month I probably will debut a certain warmer that's in the catalog or diffuser or something. So I always have a newsletter with the month on it and all that, and then I include a brochure of our warmer of the month that I get with the Scent of the Month and Warmer of the Month kit, just so they can check out the warmer and the Scent of the Month. And then on the brochure, I staple a sample of the Scent of the Month that I make from the Scent of the Month that I get. So I staple it right here with a label on there. And then when I fold it up inside my newsletter, it's safe inside there. It's not going to be as likely to break. And also, for some reason, postage, you don't have to seem to add as much postage, more postage, as when you put it outside of the letter I have found. Probably because they can feel it more and know that it's in there. So it keeps it from breaking, and it helps with postage also. So then I include it in, or I put it in an envelope with their address and my information on it. And then I always seal it with the Scent of the Month sticker. so they can get a sneak peek and know that it's from me with Scentsy. Sometimes I'll put stickers about join for $99 or other stickers on there, or I'll make the scent of the month sticker into a little flower for spring and summer, or a present at Christmas time, just to jazz up the envelope and make it more fun and where they'll want to open it and make it cute. So that is what I put in there. So also I wanted to let you know that every month I choose, well, now that I send my letters out to more people, I choose 2 people a month to send a scent of the month or a scent circle to, or a sample. Now that we have the skincare samples and the groom's care samples, I'll stick some of those samples in 2 people a month's newsletter. And then I'll log who I send that to, so that I'm not sending it to the same person every month, and I try to be fair and send it to other people, so that it's awesome to open up some mail, not only get a yummy sample, but also get a scent circle that you didn't pay for. I think that's awesome customer service. It's something I would want from the companies that I buy from to do for me. So it's something that I like to do for my customers. I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry. I've noticed that. I'm working on that. Another thing I like to do is you can use these dollars that you can get at the dollar store or Dollar Tree, or even the grocery store, or I also will get a pack of cards. And then what I do on the back of it is I put a cute saying, like, if you party with me this month, you can get a deluxe warmer for the amount on the front. And so when they turn it around and see that they could get a deluxe warmer for $1, that's really enticing to want to host a party. Or with the deck of playing cards, I'll take out all the lower numbers, 2 through 10, and write the same thing on the back. You get a deluxe warmer when you party with me in this month or next month for the amount on the front, to try to promote parties. And I do that about 3 times a year. It shouldn't be extra postage just to stick a card in there. I haven't found it to be, at least. And it just helps me during my slow times to get some extra parties or entice people. Then when I check back with them and see if they got the card, talk them into having a party, show them how it will benefit them. So those are some things that I like to include in my newsletter for my customers. And all right, now I'm going to go over who I send my newsletter to. And when I first started sending out my newsletters, I've been sending them out for 2 years now. I've been with Scentsy for 3, but sending them out for 2. I first decided I was going to send out to 25 people. And I chose past hostesses, past repeat customers, past people who've shown support and interest in my Scentsy business, who may not have bought but have been interested in buying, and then family and friends where I needed to fill in the gaps of numbers to get to my 25 to send them out to. And so that's what I would suggest if you're first starting out, to send them out to those type of people. Check through your list of 100 that you make with Scentsy, and choose 25 from there to send to. And then what I do is every 6 months I evaluate my newsletter, and I do it for 2 reasons. I want to see if it's productive for me to mail this out, what I'm getting back from mailing out my newsletters. So I keep a log of anyone who calls me interested in the warmer of the month, the scent of the month, or if they say something about my newsletter, if they want to join my scent of the month club because of my newsletter, or host a party or something, then I make sure to log that. And after 6 months, then I look through and see how much I've grown and if it's worthwhile for me, which obviously I've found it to be, continuing it on for 2 years. As well as, I'm sorry, that's my daughter in the background playing with her car if you hear that noise. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. And then the second reason that I evaluate my business is to see who's responding to my newsletter. So if all the people, I log what it's about and who it is as well, to see if who's buying, if it's worthwhile to me to mail this out, and who's paying attention. And then those people who I never hear back from or don't show much interest in my newsletter, I take those off and I add new people who I've gained through referrals, contacts, vendor events, anything like that. I do that to add to my list. And that's how my list has grown as well. I've expanded it to mail out to 40 people a month now, which it is more postage for me to pay every month, but I have found it to be beneficial for me to do. And that leads me to my third thing that I wanted to talk about with newsletters, and that is what I expect to get back from mailing out newsletters. And now in my business right now, what I'm expecting when I'm mailing out a newsletter is just to plant a seed in the minds of my customers to either buy, host, or join. And that's simply it. When I first started mailing out newsletters, I must admit, I kind of was like hoping every newsletter would produce an order that month. And through trial and error, what I found is that every month I don't get 40 orders from people, but I do get maybe 5 orders or 3 orders or even 1 order. And I'll also get 10 referrals, and I'll also get 3 inquiries on a party and maybe 1 person talking about hosting. So I'm not sending these out with expectation to get something back, but more of a seed that's going to be planted. And maybe the seed will bloom this month, and maybe the seed won't bloom for 3, 6, or 9 months. Because I have found people who will finally say, hey, I've been reading about your Scent of the Month Club, and I finally am ready to join it. And they've been reading about it for 9 months. So I've decided that this is just a seed to be planted, because I really do find that I have gotten orders. I have gotten people interested in joining. I have gotten hosts, and most importantly, and the most of I think I've gotten is referrals through this. This is the number one thing I've gotten from newsletters, is people referring me out to others who buy from me and who I add to my newsletter list. And so this is just a seed to plant, and what I would suggest to do is evaluate it, give it some time. Because you might get an order this month, or it might not happen for 2 months. So give it some time, try it out for 6 months, and evaluate how your business has grown, what it has done for you, to see if it's worthwhile to do. But it is something I would suggest doing. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was beneficial for you and you learned something about bettering your business. And until next time, have a sensational day.